Today we'll be studying the area of triangles. So the first thing you need to do is open your math notebook up to a clear page and copy down the SBI at the top. The student will apply formulas to solve problems involving the area of triangles. You can pause the video here to give yourself time to copy down the SBI. The area of a triangle equals half the area of a rectangle whose base and height are the same as the triangles. You can find the area of a triangle by calculating the area of the rectangle that surrounds it and dividing that in half. You can also use the area formula for a triangle. So in our example, they show us both methods to find the area. Method 1, the area of the rectangular grid is 5 by 8, so 5 across the base and 8 tall, or 40 square units. Since the triangle on the grid covers only half of the squares, the area of the triangle is half of 40, or 20 square units. Method 2 is to use the formula base times height, which we know is the rectangle area formula, and then divide it in half since the triangle is only half the size of the rectangle. So base times height divided by 2 gets you the area of a triangle. The base of the triangle is 5 units. The height of the triangle is 8 units. So 5 times 8 is 40, divided by 2 is 20. So the area of the triangle is 20 square units, or 20 units squared. In our first example here, letter A, they've given us the grid, so we need to count, so we know the base across is 4 squares. The height, if we count it up, is 5 squares. So now we're going to fill that in on the formula row, which is the second row. So 4 times 5 divided by 2. 4 times 5 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. So our answer is 10 units squared, or 10 square units. We use the word unit since they don't give us a specific unit to use. In B, we have a base of 10 feet across, and the height, just like in parallelograms, is shown by a dashed line, and we know that's 7 feet. So then we're going to fill them in on the formula row, which is the second row here. We know that 10 times 7 is 70, divided by 2 is 35. So we get 35 feet squared, and we have to remember to put the little 2 after the unit because that's what tells us its area. In C, they've given us a triangle with a base of 3 and a height of 6. And now we need to start writing out the formula. Okay, so now we're going to fill in what we know. So we know that 3 times 6 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So we get an area of 9 meters squared. Another way to write the area formula is to do the base times height and then put the 2 beneath it under a fraction bar to represent the division. Okay, you will see it written both ways. So we're going to fill in what we know. We know the base is 7 and the height is 4. So we get 7 times 4 is 28. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So we get 14 centimeters squared here. For E, we have a base of 12 and a height of 10. So we're going to write out the formula again. And then we're going to fill in what we know. We know that 12 times 10 is 120. 120 divided by 2 is 60. So we're going to get 60 feet squared. Then for F, one other way you might see this formula written, because it has a couple of ways it's written, is like this. It'll look like area 1/2 times the base times the height. And this is just the same thing as what we did above. It's just putting the 1/2 out in front rather than just underneath it. So then we're going to fill in what we know. We know the base is 4 centimeters and the height is 8. So we know 4 times 8 is 32, and then 1/2 of that is 16. So it becomes 16 centimeters squared. All right, now what you need to do is make sure everything on the sheet is filled out. Please glue it into your math notebook and make sure it's there so you have it as a reference for the rest of the year.